Hey guys, thank you everybody for being here. I know there's a lot going on and it's a Friday, and thank you everyone that is also going to watch on the recording. So my goal is to provide value to you today, open your mind to some different possibilities to create opportunity and impact your community regardless of what's happening in the economy or the world. So I am going to probably talk a little fast. That's my style. I'm going to give you a lot of content. I don't want you to worry because you're going to be able to re-listen. There's also notes that we will share and some action items for you today. So again, thank you for being here. My name is Christina Griffin. I'm a MATS coach. I'm the community leader for KW Relocation as well. Heck, I'm a mom, 3 kids, awesome husband. I've been in the real estate business for 22 years. Personally have done over 5,000 transactions. So anything that I'm going to teach or anything I'm going to share with you today are things that I have done, I am doing, and part of my own experience. So that's something I always like to start off, because some of you may have never heard me speak before, and I always speak on experience and practicality for whatever I do. Okay, so today we're going to talk through luxury distressed properties. Many of us think that when we first hear distressed or off market, we go to that it's a lower price property and that it's a property that does not have I'd say a large purchase price, that we end up thinking that a lot of the distress, and again, it's a mindset for some, that a lot of the distressed properties are more of the lower price point. That is not the case. In the high stakes world of luxury real estate, there's a niche that very few have successfully mastered. So this is off-market luxury distressed, with the potential for significant return on investment. This is very appealing to many investors, and I want to open your mind up to why it can be appealing for you. We are going to delve into some dynamics, some action items, and things that you can start to work on, as well as some awareness around this sector. So distressed properties, refer to those under foreclosure or short sale or any financial life event that has impacted the property. It could be the fact that they're behind on their mortgage payments, they haven't paid their property taxes, there are liens, judgments, and issues happening with the property. Now, the off-market aspect brings an additional layer of complexity. So what that means is there are different layers, but I'm going to teach you what those are. And in my upcoming class, we have a lot of really awesome, cool action items and things that we're doing this time around. But I'm going to go through to open your mind up on what financial issues or what financial struggles impact luxury homeowners. And again, many of these can be in all aspects, regardless of the price. Some of these I'm going to go through right now, and you may decide you want to specialize in one of these aspects, or you want to be able to specialize in all of these aspects for the price point that hits the luxury market. So divorce or separation. So this is a big one. So divorce or separation, a luxury property is usually one of their biggest financial aspects or assets. They may need to be divided or sold, and that's going to lead to additional stress in an already challenging situation. Death. Beyond the profound emotion of trauma, the death of a family member might also trigger other considerations. I personally have had a lot of loss in my past. My mom, dad, and sister died all 9 years apart. I'm passionate about teaching people how to be able to impact people in this sector. We all go through death. So it's called probate, and we will be doing an entire action month and masterminds on this and how to do it in your own business. But luxury properties can be demanding in terms of upkeep. So without the deceased financials or physical contribution selling, this may have to be an option to sell the property. So again, that's a reason why that's an impact. I want you to think about financial troubles. So there is a myth, and it may be something you believe or don't believe in, but that wealthy are immune to financial challenges. We may not think of them when we're thinking of people that are struggling financially. So I want you to think about high-risk ventures, unexpected market crashes. Personal management can land someone in financial debt. I want you to think about in your area, some of the businesses that close. Many of the owners that have lost businesses or financial investments, they have owned many properties that were in that luxury sector. Health issues, navigating chronic health issues. This also is a big one. So a multi-story mansion might not be suitable for someone that may have mobility issues, or they need to use funds for treatment. So again, that's a big one. Another big one, job or career change. So the loss of a big lucrative position or a change in job location can drastically impact their financial dynamic. Downsizing or moving might become unavoidable in situations. Okay, we have a few more I want to go through, and then we're going to work through some action items. So legal troubles, that is another one. High profile individuals can sometimes be magnets for lawsuits and claims. Natural disasters, I want you to think about that if they're, in an area that was impacted, and it also could have impacted their business as well. Changes in family structure, so kids leaving for college, elderly parents moving in, so they may have to sell their home. Market decline, lifestyle changes. They could be in a situation that they're going through emotional distress. They go through everything we go through. Sometimes the problem, I'm not going to say it's bigger, but the price point of their assets are bigger. So I want you to think about, what would it look like if you knew how to identify every one of these sectors, and you were able to be there to be that expert in your community to be able to help them. Every one of these financial struggles and things that I just shared with you, most of them are public knowledge. So you're going to be able to identify when there's a death certificate, probate, bankruptcy, divorce, IRS, tax liens, tax delinquencies. All of these sectors are in life events are things that when you learn how to identify the problem, you're going to be that agent that is either on their nice pop by, mailing them, calling them as an agent that specializes it in your neighborhood. Selling a distressed property is also a sensitive issue. High profile individuals, they may opt for off-market transactions. So it needs to be compliant to your area, but you may end up connecting with somebody that they are going through a financial struggle and they don't want the public to know that they put their property up for sale. So do you know how to locate buyers off market, and do you know how to seller and buyer match? That is another big thing that I teach. Market opportunities. So here's what I would say to you on that is, do we know actual net worth, providing opportunities for investors to acquire these assets, reduce costs, refurnish them, you be able to resell those. So again, we're going to find those properties. We're going to impact the owners that are going through these life events. there's a layer of protection or privacy they may want. And then are we working with investors that want these higher price assets, that they don't just want the $200,000 to $300,000 rental, and they're willing to take the leap to buy a multi-million-dollar property to fix it up to get the return. So it's going to be important to develop a strong network. So that is something that some of you recently have heard me talk a lot about. And here's why. For you, when especially in the luxury space, you're going to need to be able to develop relationships with attorneys. Your clients are going to potentially need these attorney relationships, or those attorneys will refer you clients. Now, in the luxury sector, there's a little bit, I'd say, difference than the lower price, and here's why. You will need a tax attorney. Many of your luxury clients or prospects, they may be dealing with IRS implications on a super high level. Bankruptcy, that is going to be a big component. Divorce as well. Probate as well. So those 4 attorney types, you need 2 to 3 referrals that you work with. So who do you work with now that could potentially service those luxury clients that are going through life events? And then we make that list. Your clients are going to want to understand that you know how to help them. And I say that to you because there is a learning curve some of you may feel. You may feel that you are not going to want to go door knock, or you may not want to do a nice pop by on a luxury property because you don't know anything about bankruptcy. A stepping stone is we learn as we go. I did not know everything overnight. I learned because I asked, I did, and I inquired. So you're going to pick up the phone. You're going to first and foremost identify these attorney lists. This is something you can do now. You're going to connect with the attorney, and on a luxury standpoint, you're going to ask them how they handle privacy. You're going to ask them if they can share all of the information that they do in their firm. You're also going to ask them to share with you any state or local rules or regulations so you can learn. Attorneys love to sell you on themselves. And again, this is a really, really important impact when you're working with these luxury clients. Now, when you call the attorneys, and I'm going to share with you some conversations today after you can pick up the phone and call the attorneys. When you call them, it's all about building rapport and getting to know them, and seeing how you guys can work together and share clients. Once you become I want you to imagine a bankruptcy attorney's go-to agent, then you could be the agent that they refer all the clients that call them, because many people come through their doors and they have hundreds of them come through. So navigating distressed properties, it requires a deep understanding of legal and financial intricacies. I do help you in my course on some simple ways to work with attorneys and how you as an agent can understand your part, and then the attorney needs to stay in their lane and handle their part. Agents, we must familiarize ourselves with foreclosure process, short sale, and potential tax implications. And this is something I help with on a high level. So part of dealing with luxury clients, the discretion and sensitivity. We're going to engage owners of distressed properties. It's going to require tact, discretion, and sensitivity. We're going to build trust, and it's crucial to facilitate transactions that when they're emotionally charged. We're going to demonstrate empathy and professionalism in all interaction. We're going to uphold privacy and confidentiality. We're going to communicate clearly, setting realistic expectations. So I want you to imagine a luxury client that has a multi-million-dollar property. Ideally, maybe they are a public figure. They are not going to want, again, that to be publicized what they're going through. It's very different on high profile clients. And I just want to set that standard for you so you understand. But there's also massive, massive potential for you in the world of real estate. So I'm going to show you an example on what I teach, and just something to open your mind up to right now. Okay. So this is just one of the systems I use. There are 238 properties that have notice of defaults that are worth more than $2 million in Los Angeles. So I just randomly pulled a city, and I want you to look at potentially for yourself, right? As an agent, when you are working with homeowners that are going through, I'd say, distress situations, for you, how can you impact them? But also, it's not just a $250,000 transaction. So this is just an example of one. It looks like it may be listed on the MLS, but I just clicked on a high price property that's in pre-foreclosure. The pre-foreclosure was filed on the 17th of August. Okay. There's no foreclosure sale date, and it looks like the home is worth $6.475 million. So again, this is an example for you that these types of opportunity is out there if you understand how to target it. It's not just the lower price properties. Okay. So again, that's an example. You may be sitting here thinking, what do I do? Do I knock on the door and do I say, hey, I know you're losing your house, or I know you're dealing with a divorce, or I know that you're going through bankruptcy? We need more tact than that, right? Our profiles on our websites should state that we're passionate about helping owners going through life events. That's an action item. I'm passionate about helping owners go through life events, and you detail the life events. You can also start to build out blog content on how you can help them and service them in their area. That's something I provide in my class, and you're going to get an entire content calendar on what you can post and share. The reason why you put those validation points on your marketing is because it's important that I'll give you an example, the owner in a $6 million neighborhood, you're not going to do my favorite neon Astro Bright paper and drop a golden letter, right? It could be a greeting card or a handwritten card or a higher quality pop by on a luxury listing. Hey, I'm your neighbor and an agent, or I work in your area. Are you interested in understanding what your home's worth? I'd like to help you. You know, calling them and connecting. They're going to share what they're going through. That's one way to do it. I'm your neighbor and agent. I'm here to help, working with buyers, or I have buyers, and they're going to reach out to you. Or we do the more direct approach. Hi, I see that you have a notice of default. I want to let you know I help homeowners in the area. I just want to be able to help you. Here's how I can help you. We have different approaches as agents. We're going to have the direct, or we're going to have the I'm your neighbor, I'm here to help you, and part of your specializations are dealing with these life events. you're going to know who you are as an agent and what you feel comfortable with. Some of you are going to do the softer approach and then follow it up with more of a direct approach. Okay. All right, let me keep going. All right, so our action items are, if this is something that we would like to handle, again, we're going to start building our network of people that are going to help people going through these issues. Ideally, we're going to understand that the problems they're dealing with are a little bit different on a luxury or a higher price point. However, they're very much the same. Their problems are just a little bit different. We're going to be have empathy. We're going to have privacy that we work with them, and we're going to have tactics that we're going to connect with them. That's something that I always provide as the marketing, the blogs, the information that you need on a step-by-step. Now, working with investors that want to buy these properties, this is something I'm going to highly recommend to you. When you're working with investors, is if they want the higher price properties, make sure you have a good valid proof of how they're going to purchase those higher price properties. And I'll show you in our class how to be able to see what kind of assets they own, because that's public. Now, negotiating on distressed properties. Many times there could be portfolio lenders that have these mortgages. Many times you're going to be dealing with this on an off-market basis. You may have many other factors involved. So it's important to make sure that you understand what they owe, if there's any liens that are encompassing it, because again, they could have IRS liens and things to that nature, and knowing how to navigate that piece is super, super important. So when we specialize in luxury life events, or we specialize in luxury off market, it's going to be important for you as an agent to build a strong network, understand the legal and financial dynamics, sensitivity of the situation with distressed sellers, the ability to assess property potential, and negotiation skills. And that's something I do for you on a step-by-step basis. Okay. Now, I want you to understand, for you, all of this information I shared with you is public. You can filter out any type of price point if you want to focus on luxury. If you deal with commercial and there are assets, and many of the people that are going through financial struggles at the higher level, they're going to also own a portfolio of properties. So what would it look like if you understood how to be able to sell their entire portfolio? The opportunity, it really, really is endless. So I'm going to share with you a few resources, and I hope for you that are here, I hope I was able to open your mind on that there is a potential to be able to focus on this and be able to do it on, I'd say, a higher or a bigger level, because of the I'd say the ins and outs of this price point. Many of us don't think of off-market luxury that it's even a thing. So I hope I was able to open your mind a little bit to it. Now, I'm going to just show you a few, I'd say, key filters. And again, I do, depending on your state, there's going to be different systems that you use. And since we're in Los Angeles already, I'm going to just go to the, show you what opportunity is available. And I'm just going to do more than $1 million. I don't know price points in Los Angeles. I'm from Tampa. I just pulled a random one. So when you are focusing on an area, having the ability to be able to understand what's available. So I want you to think about on an expired listing, that is also another potential opportunity for you. So let's just say that we're looking at expired listings. Now, I put in $1 million or more, and gosh, there's 32,902 expired listings that are more than $1 million. So another layer to luxury off market, what would it look like if you went to all the expireds in your MLS, you saw, you pulled all of your old expireds and you filtered price point and you utilize those properties as potential opportunity to go after. It doesn't just have to be the $250,000 home. So again, expired listings is a great example for you to be able to look at. That's an off-market component we don't think about. There's 31,000 properties here that have liens that are more than $1 million. There are, so I teach how to identify for your area and then how to go get it. We don't ever think about going and getting these higher listing prices. More, I may should have not, Los Angeles, I guess their price points are pretty high. So I probably could have picked a different area, but 991 properties that are in pre-foreclosure that are more than $1 million, okay? You have the ability to pull bankruptcies that are that higher price point. So again, over 200 bankruptcies. You've got people going through divorce. You have probate. You've got you know, people that there's been a death. So just like I pulled the expired listings, there's more than 543 that have had a death. I want you to think about, just like I pulled the expireds, are you going after and getting the opportunity in your area? Do you know how, depending on if you're a judicial or non-judicial state, how to identify it? Do you have the network of people that you can connect with to be able to create these and convert and nurture these opportunities and become an expert and have on your blog and your profiles and the people in your world know that this is something that you can do? Do you work with the investors that will buy these types of properties? So I'll show you how to find those investors that already own high price properties and how to connect with them. So guys, if anything I shared with you here today, at least hopefully it opened your mind that there's a whole world of opportunity that most of us don't know exist or we don't think about. Every market's going to have a higher priced segment like this. And again, you can work all aspects of it, or you can just decide, I want to find really great deals for my luxury clients, and I'm going to service the side of the business that people can connect with, right? So I'm going to show you how to get some resources on my blog, and I will. Carissa, can you please make sure, yes, thank you, link to resources, and then can you make sure to share with them the discount codes for my class? And the sooner you join, we've got some additional masterminds we're going to be doing as well that I'd love to just be part of helping you really grow your pipeline on a high level. We'll be doing basically action item labs in addition to my class, and just a lot of really awesome things right now. So I am going to show you where to find the information on my blog. Many of you have always been, you've already been there, and I always grow and bring additional items in all the time. So you just go to Christina Griffin right here.com, download tips to get more referrals. So there's going to be some conversation scripting for attorneys that you can reach out. Two, make sure that you always follow TCPA compliance. And there'll be in this particular promo folder, these are just things that I publicly share that you guys can take a look at. So the links I shared with you here today, some of my favorite things. There's also, in addition, some example letters, example marketing, lots of gold in here that I do share, and I always will continue to add additional resources. And their attorney letters and action plans are in here as well. So again, hopefully I open your mind up to the possibilities. Would love you to be part of our upcoming launch. It's only $199 and it's for 3 months. And part of what I shared with you here today is a component that we've added because it's so important for, again, many of us don't know that this is something that even exists. And that's something I want to make sure that no matter what's happening in the market, that you guys can go get a ton of market share inside your area and inside your world. Where I shared is my blog, which is ChristinaGriffin.com. And then at the top is download tips to get more referrals, and it opened up the folder. Unfortunately, Vishay, Canada is a very different world. I would definitely still connect with the attorneys in Canada. That's a really great stepping stone for you. They are different than us guys. All of this data I shared with you is available for you to be able to connect with. Theirs, unfortunately, is not. It's not public information. So your action plan is connecting with attorneys, and they will give you advice and connect with you on how to grow these sides of the business. The class starts in just a few weeks. However, whoever joins early, we will have some additional masterminds that you will have access to as well. So feel free to reach out if you guys need anything. ChristinaGriffin@kw.com. Would love it to help you grow a massive pipeline. And again, think about the possibilities, even if you just focused in the higher price aspects. Being able to understand how to find the opportunity and go get it, but having I'd say the conversations, the letters, the way to be able to connect with them on a high level, it opens up a huge opportunity realm that most of us doesn't know is even there. So anyway, you guys are amazing. I'm so thankful you guys are here. I'm so excited for all the new content that will be this next round, and just have a blessed weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.